WFMY News 2 breaking news now.
We start with that high-profile attempted murder case, and it takes a major turn today. The man accused of intentionally setting a Danville city councilman on fire pleads guilty to 2 of the 3 charges against him.
Shotsie Buck-Hayes faced a judge today accused of setting fire to Lee Vogler last July. WFMY News 2's Amber Lake has new details from the courtroom.
A guilty plea in a case that shocked the entire Danville community. Shotsie Buck-Hayes admitted that he tried to kill Danville City Councilman Lee Vogler. Buck-Hayes pleaded guilty to attempted first-degree murder and aggravated malicious wounding. Prosecutors dropped a 3rd charge of breaking and entering while armed. The plea cancels a jury trial that was scheduled to start next week. It also nixes an initial plea of not guilty made back in April 1st. Investigators say Buck-Hayes went to Vogler's work on July 30th, 2025, poured gas on him and set him on fire. Witnesses rushed in trying to put the flames out. Vogler suffered severe burns over a large portion of his body and spent months recovering in a North Carolina burn unit before returning to city council.
It was very bizarre. We were unfortunately in the limelight around the nation for a very violent act that occurred literally right down the street, downtown, a main street in our city. So that gives you a little bit of a black eye in reference to such a violent act taking place. Hopefully now we're recovering from that black eye, that we've held the person accountable for that.
Defense attorneys say Buck-Hayes carried out the attack over an alleged affair involving his wife, whom he had been separated from since 2024.
Looking forward to specific mitigation evidence. You're just looking at a man that had reached his breaking point, I think, and doesn't make it right, doesn't make it in any way, just gives an explanation for what happened. And I think that we'll have that evidence presented at the sentencing hearing.
Buck-Hayes faces 10 years in prison following that attempted first-degree murder charge, as well as life in prison for the aggravated malicious wounding charge. We also learned in court today that Buck-Hayes is not a U.S. citizen, so these 2 guilty pleas could impact his immigration status. The sentencing hearing is set for June 25th. Reporting from Danville, Amber Lake, WFMY News 2.